Air? Are you there, Air? It's me, Bimo. I know it's been a long time since we talked. Sorry about that. But well, maybe if you don't want to talk, you could just listen. Mo told me if I do this thing, I'll be a grown-up. And that sounds cool, I guess. Like, if I was grown, then I could drive to the playground all by myself. And I could buy my own pacifiers at the store if I was grown. But then, if I change, will Finn and Jake still love me? Will I still love them? Mo changed to a new body. And he's still the same, I guess, sorta. But does growing up just change your body? Or also your soul? Maybe I could just stay the same forever.
This is Chris. Welcome to the world's first GYATT Fortnite podcast, where I'm dual-wielding nostalgia and denial, speed-running trauma and reload, and trying to figure out if Jake the dog is the new island therapist or just the final boss. We're gonna figure it out. Technically, someone else might already have a Fortnite podcast. But in the spirit of Fortnite, I'm flying into chaos with a full inventory and 0 emotional shields. That's right. Here's hoping we get the grass sword that later fuses with Finn's golden sword. It might be cursed, but that thing slaps. That grass sword is amazing in the TV show. Slurp Rush is here till April 29th, and it is by far one of the most detailed maps out. Different strategies abound. You gotta think a little bit before you play this reload map. It plays so differently compared to Adventure and Oasis. It should be called Sweat Rush, honestly. But so thrilled Fortnite is back to cooking. You know, I would love to see 16-bit or 8-bit pixelated skins in the item shop coming soon. We need it. So if you're ready, grab your jetpack and a chug jug and ready up. And let's dive in. Before moving on, I just want to let our listeners know that we're currently trying to build our following on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Small independent podcasts like this one need all the support we can get to survive. Sharing, liking, commenting, reposting on socials, on TikTok and X, and following on social media is greatly appreciated and helps keep this afloat during turbulent times. Thank you. GYATT Fortnite podcast isn't just a podcast. It's a lifestyle, a mindset, a deeply unstable ideology fueled by impulse buys. I spend a ton of money in the item shop every week. Wild speculation as you could tell from my previous episodes, maybe we will get a shovel and maybe we will actually start digging sometime soon. Who knows? And of course, late night 3 a.m. solos in Crime City. The best. Hi, I'm Chris. I believe in Fortnite the way some people believe in reincarnation. And maybe that's the same thing. The reload jetpack is back, and the tactical assault rifle feels like home. Meanwhile, I dropped into Slurp Rush with a growing suspicion that this game knows more about me than I do. You know, this podcast isn't just about updates. It's about the update within. Are you evolving or just emoting? Are you building walls or breaking patterns? You know, sometimes I think Fortnite is just a game. And then I open the item shop at 2:43 a.m. and see Jake the dog doing shanty for a squad. And suddenly I'm questioning free will, reincarnation, and why I keep rotating into third parties like it's a karmic punishment. This is the GYATT Fortnite podcast, where we don't just talk about patch notes, we psychoanalyze them. We treat map rotations like planetary alignments and impulse buys like soul contracts. I didn't mean to buy the Cuddle Buns glider, but maybe the universe meant it for me. Maybe I was always supposed to glide into Slurp Rush with unresolved feelings in my heart. You see, this isn't therapy, but it is therapeutic. So if you're looking for hot takes, cold drops, deep thoughts, and wild stories from the front lines of Fortnite's madness, well, you're in the right place. You found your portal. Now, pass me that Dragon's Breath shotgun. It's in the rotation, right? I think so. Yeah. All right, we're going in. Because in this version of Fortnite, you're either the main character or someone else's loot. Now, let's get weird. Previously on GYATT. Last time on GYATT, I claimed Fortnite was emotionally manipulating me. And then I bought 4 emotes, a fin skin, and renamed my loadout the Treehouse of Pain. Was it growth? Was it delusion? Maybe. But today, it's adventure time. Roll the intro. And Jake, stretch me into a podcast mic, please.
Adventure time! Come on, grab your friends. We'll go to very distant lands. We'll take the dog and then the human. The fun will never end. It's adventure time.
Okay, so here's what happened. I loaded into Fortnite yesterday, expecting the usual chaos. Someone dancing with a fish on their head, someone else building a cathedral during a 1v1, and me getting eliminated by a 6-year-old on his second Capri Sun. Classic, right? But then, boom, out of nowhere, I see Finn, actual Finn, dancing. Not just any dance. He hit the jiggle jiggle emote, and it was so crisp. It was so perfect. It made Ariana Grande look under animated. And then Jake, Jake the dog, shows up as a back bling, but not just sitting there quietly. No, No, sir. He talks. He wiggles. He vibes. Let me say this again slowly. Okay? For those in the back of the battle bus, Adventure Time is in Fortnite. And I think we've just opened the Candy Kingdom gates to a new genre of Fortnite. Because what started as a cartoon cameo has spiraled into a full-blown metaphysical adventure. This episode is not just about Finn and Jake. It's about you. You are Finn. And I'm about to drop you onto the island. And we're going full narration mode. So grab your sword, get your dog, and let's get weird.
Anyway.
You wake up. You're wearing a bear hat. Your knees are scraped. There's glitter on your hoodie. You are Finn the human. And you are very much on the Fortnite island. Jake is on your back. Literally. Not metaphorically like your ex. Yo, Finn, he says in a stretched drawl. I think that tree over there has a sniper behind it. Or a guy in a Goku cosplay. Either way, we need mats. You're hovering over the island now. Below you, reckless railways, dirty docks, that weird NPC that always side-eyes you near Lavish Lair. You spot the Mega Mall, now renamed Epic Arcade. It's not on the map yet, which is weird. But you've been here before, haven't you? You drop, pickaxe out. It's that sword-shaped one with Jake's face carved in the handle. Real subtle branding. You whack a rock, and Jake groans, "Dude, that was my nap rock." Behind you, a default skin hits the flapper emote and drops a crown. You do not question this. You take that crown because that's what heroes do, okay? Suddenly, ping, footsteps. It's Fishstick, wearing a tuxedo. He's holding a bazooka, and he's mad. Jake whispers, "That's the dude who beat you in Reload last week. You remember, he drove that pizza truck into the storm on purpose." You nod. You remember. Fishstick opens fire. You crank 90s like it's Season X. Jake stretches into a ramp. You ever build with sentient dog ramps? He yells. Now you do. You hit a triple edit and blast Fishstick with the combat shotgun. He vanishes into the wind, but drops a note. Tell Bunker Jonesy the 0 point cracked again. You squint. Jake squints. The ground squints. You're not sure why the ground has eyes, but this is Fortnite and Adventure Time. So you roll with it. Suddenly, the storm shifts. Okay. Let me pause the simulation real quick. So, what's happening here isn't just a funny crossover, okay? But this is an island with a whole bunch of other things happening. This is the convergence. So, just think about it for a second. Cartoon logic meets battle royale stakes. Adventure Time is a show where a boy and his talking dog save weird kingdoms from existential threats. Fortnite is a game where Banana Skin once teamed up with Ariana Grande to fight a planet-sized cube made of memory dust. Do you remember that? They're not just compatible, these two worlds, Adventure Time and Fortnite. They're cosmically inevitable.
Anyway.
And now they're blending, literally. In UEFN, people are already recreating Ice King's castle. Someone made a working Peppermint Butler boss fight last night, and I swear he had too much dialogue. Like, man had side quests. Man's in him. But the real innovation, it's you. Because you start recording yourself in-game, syncing it to your voice, and making episodes with your own characters. That's not fan content, all right? That's adventure with a capital A. And Fortnite just gave you the entire multiverse to direct it. We're not players anymore. We're writers. We're animators. We're directors of absurd, heartbreaking, weirdly deep Fortnite episodes. One emote at a time. So let's get back to the mission. Jake stretches up and slaps the minimap. We're going to Candy Kingdom. I heard Peely's got beef with Princess Bubblegum. Like, actual beef. Like he turned into a meat Peely for a second. Disturbing. Ugh. You head east. On the way, you run into Meowscles doing karaoke with a group of NPCs dressed like Marceline fans. Don't look them in the eye, Jake warns. They will challenge you to an emote battle. And I'm not stretching into a microphone again. You nod. You take a detour. Suddenly, the ground trembles. Above you, in the sky, well, it's Cloud Guff. He's not canon just yet, but he's got a glider shaped like tree trunks, and he's dropping loot like he's Oprah with V-Bucks. He sees you, winks, then vanishes into a rift. Jake says, "What is with this season?" You reach the Candy Kingdom. It's a UEFN build. Low gravity, bubblegum colors, all those different pinks and pastels. Big soundtrack energy. It's glitching, though. You swear you see a hologram of Midas sipping tea with lemongrab. But the big surprise? Princess Bubblegum is there. And she gives you a key card. It says, Reality 17A. Showrunner access. Jake reads it out loud. This key lets you make the story now. He smirks. You're not just in the show anymore, Finn. You're writing it, dude. And so, naturally, I did what any hero with a reality warping key card and an emotionally unstable dog backpack would do. I, Finn, started asking questions, like real questions, journalism, 0 Point edition. So there I am, finned out, Jake bouncing on my back like a stress ball with opinions, when I decide it's time to go full journalist mode. Not the serious kind with a press badge. The kind where the mic is a rusty fishing rod and your only qualification is being curious and slightly unhinged. Jake stretches into a boom mic. He says it's union work. I start asking questions to the locals, NPCs, the real ones though, the weirdos, the veterans of the loop who've seen more timelines than Marvel. First up is Evie. She's hanging around a vending machine like she's waiting for a secret code to unlock the past. I ask her what she thinks of the Adventure Time crossover. She doesn't blink. Just says, used to believe in secrets. Now I believe in V-Bucks. Then she boogie bombs herself and disappears behind a slurp truck. Journalism. I keep moving. Find Bunker Jonesy under a tree. building a little shrine out of mushrooms and impulse grenades. I need a couple. He tells me he saw a lemon grab in a dream and that he's been receiving messages through, get this, leftover sky jelly. I don't know what that means. I wrote it down anyway. That's what reporters do. And then there's Marigold. Beautiful, deadly, editing the law of physics like she's correcting typos in a script. I ask her for one piece of advice, just one piece for any new adventurers out here in the loop. She says, if Peely starts riding Jake like a hoverboard again, don't question it. Follow the fruit. Follow the fruit. I will. I don't know what it means, but it feels right. Like destiny or indigestion. But just when I think I'm done with my little interview circuit, something glitches. Audio cracks. The screen flickers. And suddenly I'm not in the loop anymore. I'm in a pitch meeting. Like in front of like executive type people. No warning, just me. It's a floating 0-point boardroom and Cartoon Network executives who look suspiciously like Jonesy with fake mustaches. Jake's wearing a tie now. Peely's in a swivel chair just spinning around. Bunker Jonesy's drawing on the walls with glow sticks like he's pitching a conspiracy to Netflix. And apparently, I'm making shows now because the next thing I know, I'm out here pitching the GYATT Fortnite podcast studios animated slate. Full synergy. I'm talking crossover potential so ridiculous, even Rick Sanchez would call HR. First up, my first idea is the Candy Kingdom trials. Finn and Jake go undercover in Mega Mall. Sloan, you remember her? She's got to come back along with everybody, right? The Seven and Gino and maybe even the Nothing. Well, Sloan's trying to privatize the sugar economy. Lemon grabs involved. There's a dance-off, a betrayal, and a scene where Peely turns into a jelly bean out of spite. Then we got BMO versus The Loop. No dialogue, just emotes and BMO hacking time with a crowbar made of rhythm. Every episode gets more cryptic. By episode 6, the audience is crying, and they're not even sure why. It's because of BMO. And of course, Marceline's Mythic Vault. Each episode, she opens a new vault, but what's inside depends on her mood. Rocket launcher if she's feeling spicy. Just an old mixtape if she's a little nostalgic. One week she opens the vault and it's a cardboard cutout of Midas with googly eyes. I personally rate the episode 10 out of 10. I'm explaining all this. Rapid fire, manic energy, while Jonesy keeps shouting, IP synergy. And Peely is literally eating the budget spreadsheet. I ain't no bananas eat paper. Jake says this whole thing is very network. I think he means that in a good way. And then I wake up, or maybe I don't. Maybe I'm still there, pitching to ghosts in an interdimensional boardroom made out of 0-point jelly. Tastes kind of good. But either way, one thing's clear. This isn't just a crossover. It's a launch pad. Adventure Time in Fortnite isn't about what already exists. It's about what's next for Fortnite. You don't need permission to create shows anymore. You've got creative mode, a mic, a skin, and a vibe. That's it. The island is your storyboard. The emotes are your actors. The NPCs, your co-stars. And me, well, I'm just here to remind you that yes, Peely did eat a contract. He did. He's just stupid. And yes, that probably voids something legally binding. Whatever. I don't have the contract in front of me. Adventure Time didn't end. It just unlocked a new style. And this time, you're writing it. All right, let's break the fourth wall so hard it sues us for emotional damage. Are you still listening? Good, because this is the part where I tell you that this entire segment was made to prove one thing. What I've always said from the beginning about Fortnite. Fortnite is ready to become a creative television studio. No, not just the fancy Unreal stuff with the graphics and how good everything looks lately. I'm just talking about you. Just you. With a controller, a mic, and a dream of putting Sloane in a sitcom with Bender and Gwen Stacy. Let's not sleep on how wild something like this could be. The fact that you can now create storylines, voice characters, animate with emotes, and actually, if you really wanted to, publish a show, well, that's beyond machinima. Machinima? Yeah. That's multiplayer theater. You see, what we just did, me narrating you as Finn, isn't just roleplay. It's a format. It's a proof of concept. So check it out. You could literally, if you wanted to, you could literally create and make a 10-episode arc about any Fortnite skin. You could voice it and drop it on TikTok or YouTube or straight into a creative map that unlocks as the show progresses. So maybe you want Adventure Time Reloaded? Go build it. Just go ahead and do it. You've seen what people could do with creative. You want Jules, cyber sleuth of Mega City? Voice her. Emote her. Doesn't matter if you're a guy, if you're a girl. Girls play with guy skins, guys play with girl skins. It doesn't matter. Just voice it. Just do it. You don't need Cartoon Network anymore. Well, that kind of sounds a little terrible, but it's the truth. We're a whole bunch of creators. You've got the battle pass and an idea. So let's talk secrets. Because yes, I've been leaving breadcrumbs all episode. The Marceline fans doing karaoke, actually, that's based on a real UEFN group on Reddit who've recreated an entire Adventure Time jukebox series inside Fortnite. That fish stick who drove the pizza truck into the storm, that's Balls Drop 67, who streams on Wednesdays and has never once rebooted a teammate. And that glitching hologram of Midas sipping tea with lemon grab, I want that to happen. But that's a teaser because Midas might be coming back this season. Well, but maybe not in gold. Maybe like in bubblegum. Possibly. If you know, but let me tell you, there's a reason why these characters are here. So, what time is it? It's not just Adventure Time. It's your time. Time to tell stories, just like I did today. Time to turn your favorite emote into a character arc. Like, come on. You telling me the same character, your skin that you play with, you don't even have a story about them in your head as you're playing? Time to build an entire series off one weird interaction with Bunker Jonesy, where he asks if you've ever questioned the nature of time. You see, Fortnite isn't just a place to play anymore. It's a place to create, to direct, to be. So go Be Finn, be Jake, be whoever you want. I like being Shadow Scully, and I don't have her other skin, but I need to get it as soon as it comes back to the shop. So, whatever you do, record it, share it, get weird with it, just create. Because the next great Fortnite show, it's not dropping on Netflix. It's dropping from the sky in a battle bus. And you, listener, you're not just a player anymore. You're the main character. So, what time is it? It's go time. It's GYATT Fortnite podcast time. And it always has been. And this is Chris. Thanks for tuning in to the world's first GYATT Fortnite podcast. Until next time, keep your shields up, your emotes ready, and remember, it's all about how you see the game. You know, there's a reason why every time I'm in the item shop and I see an emote for 200 V-Bucks or 500 V-Bucks, I pick it up because it's a way of expressing myself. I may not have all the space on my cogwheel to express myself while I touch down on the Fortnite item. But the fact that I have all these expressions in my inventory, that's amazing. And I truly think that in the future, Fortnite is gonna be available to create content like this. I absolutely cannot wait. I wish it was available right now. And if you'd like to follow the GYATT Fortnite podcast, well, you could drop me a follow and a like and send me a message on TikTok at GYATT Fortnite Podcast or on X at GYATTFortCast. And if you'd like to maybe even buy me a coffee or leave me a tip, you could tip me over at Cash App at $ChrisFreshier, FRESHIER. Absolutely thrilled with this new update. I love Fortnite. Hate it, love it, hate it, love it. I love it. And I will see you guys soon.